We are all concerned about privacy in our home. We don't want to give away where we're going, what we're doing, what we're buying. Well, it's a part of your vehicle. You may have heard of black boxes, but there's even more information being collected, and you may not like it. Stay right with us. This week's show is brought to you by wheelwish.com. Save money, save time, and save stress. Check them out at wheelwish.com before you buy your next vehicle. Let's put 4 minutes on the clock. We are all concerned about privacy, whether it's in your home and you have one of these lovely Echo Dots, which, as you can see, it's still in the box. I'm not using it. Why am I not using it? Because I don't want it to hear everything I say, what I'm buying, what I'm not buying, what I'm doing, where I'm talking about going, because you start getting emails and they start selling that information. None of us like that. How about this? When you drive in your vehicle and you have like one of these Easy Passes, yeah, guess what? It tracks where you're going. And I'm hearing from some of the legislators that they're thinking about charging you when you get between point A and point B. You get on exit 49, you get off at exit 46, and maybe you did it in less time than what's predicted by the computer. Remember, rate times time equals distance. Very easy to find out if you're speeding, and you could be receiving a ticket in the mail. Another money grab from our lovely federal and state governments. They're talking about doing that. That hasn't happened yet. Don't give them any ideas. But I'm hearing this conversation going on amongst a lot of different people. What about the black box in your car? It collects information every time you start the car. Did the car run? How did it run? That type of information is collected and owned by the manufacturers. It also can say if you didn't hit the brakes, if you don't have your seatbelt on. Those kind of things can be used in court against you. And they can also help you in court as well. But let's go beyond that. We're all talking about autonomous cars in the future. And I just spent some time speaking with an automotive executive who had told me that they don't think that there's going to be autonomous cars because of the hacking problem, because of access to your vehicle through all types of routes. Well, you might think, well, they can upload and download information right from your center screen. That is true. However, that is one way they can hack in. They can also hack in by using some of those insurance companies that say, we're going to save you money. Just plug this in on your onboard diagnostics that's underneath your dash. And if you're a safe driver, you can save money. That may be true, but what you're also doing is it's wide open, which means anyone can collect the data where you're going, how you're braking, how you're driving. That information is yours. The last thing we want to be is tracked. A lot of us don't like this information, and this is what you're starting to see. This hackers are starting to get into this as well. Recently, a Tesla was hacked. I know it's my favorite car of choice, but was hacked 30 miles away from where the vehicle was, and manufacturers are very aware of that. And this has happened with other brands as well. It's not Tesla alone. So what are they doing to solve that problem? Well, they put together consortiums trying to come up with big walls and roadblocks, essentially, that you can't access that data if you're an outsider. But people don't ever change their password. People still use password as their password, or 1234. If you're one of those people, yeah, write down your 1234 password down below. You might as well leave it open to everyone because it is open to anyone. It's easy to hack. And those number and letter combinations, they may work, but still, if a hacker wants to get into a system of vehicles that are connected cars, which is the next stage, having cars communicate with each other, it's not that difficult to hack. Now, I am not a hacker, and those of you that are out there that are, you probably are well aware of how to do that. The problem is, how do you stop it? And until that is completely stopped and controlled, which we don't know if that's possible, this would be the problem of seeing autonomous cars. The big factor is privacy. This privacy information can get anywhere, whether you're in a connected car, an unconnected car. You could be driving pretty much anything. Unless you're driving a vehicle from the 60s or 70s, there's probably not a computer in those vehicles. Those are the ones that aren't being tracked. But don't worry, nevertheless, you have your phone with you. So yeah, they're still tracking you, still collecting data, still listening to everything you're saying. Make sure to check those privacy settings and shut off all the ways for that microphone to listen to you, because every time you're buying, every time you're talking, it's collecting things. If you're like me and you'd like to have a little fun with all those people listening in and all those companies that are listening in, just pick a random word like, I don't know, cranberry, and start discussing it at the kitchen table. Start discussing it with your phone nearby. Watch, you'll start getting recipes for cranberries, how to grow cranberries, how to process cranberries. It's amazing. So I know people that have done it. We've actually done that. We've actually had a lot of fun with it. But the fact is, it proves that they're listening. They're listening all the time. So if you want to have a private conversation the way we used to have a conversation, I think you have to stand out in the middle of a field and don't bring your phone with you. And when it comes to your car, if there's a password on your Wi-Fi or a password on any of your settings, don't leave it from the factory setting. Create a new one. If you're not sure how to do that, check out that little book in the glove box underneath all the napkins and ketchup packs. Yeah, I've been in your glove box. And change all the passwords. That's the last thing you want to do, is leave it wide open for anyone to collect that data and sell it and potentially use your data for them to make money. Thank you so much for your comments, not just on this video and the ones in the past. They're great. And if you haven't seen some of our previous 4-Minute Fridays, they might be worth watching. You could learn something. And of course, we appreciate your comments. If you want to see what else YouTube suggests or our recent uploads, just click right over here. You can also subscribe right over there. All the social media and links are down below. And of course, we appreciate you watching, and we'll see you next time. Have a great week.